this is crazy. This is another Kyle Becker. I mean, he's on top of things.
He is. He's the best follow on Twitter right now.
Yeah, and he follows me. Look at that.
He
Woo!
follows me too. I was
I
like
feel
so excited.
special. It's about me right now. All right.
Oh, well, fine.
Just kidding. Look at this though. 18,000 plus fraudulent votes run through tabulators after everyone else was made to leave. Look, everyone, we're going to call it for the night, 10 p.m. Go home. Thanks for all your work. All right, now that everyone's gone, let's pull all those suitcases out from under that table that no one was looking at before and now count all these votes till 4 a.m. That's literally what happened.
It's so sketchy.
It's on tape. They get rid of all the counters and they literally are counting votes from 10 p.m. until 4 in the morning. All right, thousands and thousands of votes from all these different, and they have it on tape. This is what I don't understand. Why would anybody want to not have transparency? I don't get this at all. No, Biden won. He won. What? How? I want proof. Don't you want proof?
Well, gosh, at this point, it is just the responsible thing to do, too, because, you know, Biden, of course, has been talking about like unity and let's give each other a chance. You know what? If he wants half the country to take him seriously as president, if he gets there, because he might, we don't know yet. But if he wants people to take him seriously, then he should absolutely come out and say, you know what? There has been a tremendous amount of information that's come out in these hearings in Georgia, in Arizona, in Michigan, and we need to take a closer look at this to make sure we got it right. Absolutely. He should want to know that he is the legitimate president if he makes it into the Oval Office.
Yep, exactly. And then on that note, it's like, then we got stuff like this. District judge halts 3 Georgia counties from erasing Dominion voting machine data. They're erasing the data. There's something's up with the Dominion machines. We need to wipe everything out. We need to purge them and reset them. What? How come? Because there's fraudulent stuff on it because of the software that was programmed in to switch votes from Biden to Trump. Maybe is that why? Allegedly, that's what's going on. But of course, now when we all want transparency, when we're saying, look, why wouldn't anyone want transparency? Like we want that. Everyone should want that. They're like, yeah, let's be transparent. Everyone, you want to be transparent? Okay, quickly go wipe all those Dominion machines. So when we're transparent, they can't actually see what we did. Go ahead, quick. Thank you. And the district judge, thankfully, has he halts it. But did they? Are they? You think they're going to actually stop? You think they're going to actually let these Dominion machines be analyzed? I mean, Dominion came out and said it's a proprietary software. You're not allowed to look at our software because it's proprietary, and that's industry secrets.
I mean, they have got some nerve coming out and saying we can't look in their software when their software holds the key to the president of the United States. Like,
thank you.
They have got. I'm sorry. Those are balls, but not like in a good way. In like
not
in a way you want something to hide. Yeah,
not just the presidency. Everything.
Yeah, everything.
Literally anyone that's in power right now or in the past, who knows?
It's so
anything
stupid.
that used the Dominion software. Like, I don't trust it anymore at all. Do you? Do you trust it?
No, I don't trust it at all. Absolutely not. I don't trust any software. I think that we should be doing paper ballots, and that's what we should do. And people should show up on election day and vote, unless they have extenuating circumstances. In which case, they could do what I did, because I was going to be out of town on election day. I went to the town hall. I had to show my ID. I filled out the paper ballot in person, and I left. It took about 15 minutes. It really wasn't that hard.
But that was already in place. The absentee ballots, I don't think people really get this. Mail-in ballots were unnecessary. Look, if you were afraid of the pandemic, that's literally what an absentee ballot is for. You could have gone and filled out and figured it out and ordered an absentee ballot to fill it in so you didn't have to risk being around other people. That's cool. That's fine. It's literally in what an absentee ballot is for. So you don't have to be around other people if you feel sick or you feel threatened or you feel like you need to, if you can't show up the day of the election. That's what the absentee ballots are for. But you have to go through the numbers and do it. All right. And they didn't. They just wanted to drop in a bunch of mail-in ballots so they can do what they're doing. Count when no one's looking, bring in a bunch of suitcases full of votes, which I don't care what this fact check below says. Okay. They saw it. They've got it on videotape. of these people sending everyone, okay, we're done counting, get out of here. All right, is everyone gone? Cool. Now let's start tabulating all these votes that we're going to pull out of shady suitcases out from under a table that's been sitting there all day, now that no one's able to watch us. Well, surprise, there was a camera on you.
Yeah. And I saw someone on Twitter talking about that, and that table was set up at like 8:00 in the morning or something.
Yeah.
And like, when did those suitcases get put under the table? And why are we putting ballots in suitcases to begin with? The whole thing is just the most shady thing I've ever heard of. And the governor in Georgia needs to start remembering that he's a Republican. Because I'll tell you what, I was in Georgia a couple weeks ago because we did a rally outside of CNN, and there was a Stop the Steal rally. There were thousands of people outside of the state house. Like, they were pissed. And so he's got to remember that he's a Republican, or he's not going to be governor very much longer.
Oh man, that's a whole nother thing too. This like, oh, don't vote for Republicans. It's like,
oh, it's the stupid.
I kind of get it though, because the Dominion software. Let's stay on Dominion for a second, because if Dominion is fraudulent, all right, and even if it isn't fraudulent, right? You know about the executive order President Trump signed in 2018, right?
Yes.
So it's basically saying if there's any foreign interference, if we have any interference at all with the elections, we're gonna, we've got now something in place to handle it. So let me bring up this article. This is from the Gateway Pundit. All right. This is now, I talked about it a little bit on my show the other night. Parent company of Dominion Voting Systems received $400 million from a Swiss investment bank, 75% of it owned by the Chinese government. Would you look at that? Let's read about this. This was first reported at InfoWars. Spicy. Oh my gosh, InfoWars. Oh no. The investigation centers at Staple Street Capital, which acquired Dominion Voting Systems in 2018, 2 years before this election. And it was used in, look at the swing states, PA, Michigan, Wisconsin, Arizona, Nevada, Georgia. Suspect. I mean, those aside, all these other states too, it was being used in. All right, but let's read about this. Check this out. It was used in 28 states, and it was accused of, by President Trump and his supporters of being involved in deleting millions of votes for Trump, in addition to switching votes to Biden. On October 8th, 2020, Staple Street Capital filed an SEC Form D offerings and sales amount of $400 million, with the sales compensation recipient identified as UBS Securities, states the investigation, which also notes another payment of $200 million in December of 2014. Now, we actually know that the Clinton campaign was contacted by voting people in Wisconsin, and they were like, hey, we've noticed some irregularities, and that disappeared.
Of course it did.
Wonder why. Maybe Dominion was in play and it didn't work because actually people wanted Trump. Now, I looked into UBS Securities. Check this out. It's a Chinese investment bank and brokerage firm. Interesting. So you're telling me that Dominion is actually part owned by China? Now let's bring up that 2018 executive order. Any foreign interference with our election is covered. He knew that this was going to happen. I mean, President Trump, he was talking about it back in 2018 or 2012. In 2012, he's like, hey, it's not who you vote for, it's who counts the votes. And it's like, ooh, why? That's spicy. Why did he say that?
Well, exactly. And did you see this statistician guy at the hearing in Arizona? I forget his name, but he was like a really bombastic character that was like just all about statistics, and he's a finance guy. But he was basically talking about how he ran the numbers across the entire country, and he thinks that this type of thing has been going on since like 2008.
That doesn't surprise me.
Doesn't surprise me either.
It doesn't surprise me. It might even go back further. I don't know. But I think we have to have paper ballots. We got to have paper ballots. We have to go vote in person, and there needs to be some sort of, I don't know, like a QR code or some sort of like my ballot with my name on it can only be counted once. And once it's been counted, it's like, checked in a system that like it can't, if it goes through again, if they try to run it again, it'll be like, whoa, this one's already counted. I don't know. There just needs to be multiple contingency plans. Someone, Boosta in chat just said blockchain ballots. Yes, blockchain ballots, exactly what I'm talking about. You can't confuse my ballot with anyone else's because mine's unique. We can do that. We can have a system where each single one will be its own vote. Each ballot will be its own. So you won't be able to run it over and over and over again. You won't be able to just have someone print them out, which there's rumors of people just printing out stuff. I actually saw a video about how a certain country, China, was printing votes and sending them over and selling them. It's like, I don't know if this is, I don't know if it's proven. Okay. I saw a video and people were basically saying, is this real? Because if this is real, this is insane. And I don't know. We're seeing that UBS is part owner of Dominion Software, and they're trying to say that it's proprietary. We're not even allowed to, see their software when that software is being used to essentially run our government. Because we, the people, decide if what we decide goes through that software, and what comes out on the other side isn't what we decided, we've got issues. And that's what I'm seeing.
Exactly. But I think, maybe this is a blessing in disguise, because this is an opportunity to start addressing some of these issues. I mean, who else would have made sure that this was featured on the national scale as it is right now, except for Donald Trump at the end of the day? And listen, I want to say something too, because there's been a lot of talk in Georgia, especially with the runoff elections, about
talk about this.
People, so essentially there's let's just say Lynn Wood and Sidney Powell and Ali Alexander held a press conference the other day, yesterday, I believe, in which Lynn Wood gave this sermon about how people shouldn't vote in Georgia because it's a fraudulent vote and all these things. And listen, I understand the concerns with these machines. I think that absolutely every single part of this should be investigated.
Agreed.
However, people need to still go out and vote. We still need to participate in the process. And if you are just bowing out and taking your toys and going home and not putting through the effort to just cast a single vote in two really critical races that are happening that are going to decide who controls the Senate, I'm sorry, you don't get to have a vote so far as I'm concerned. Every single person needs to go out and vote. And this idea that Republicans should boycott the runoff elections in Georgia as a stab at the GOP for not speaking up loudly enough, that is ludicrous. It's
I agree.
Ludicrous.
Yeah. Don't use your constitutional right. It's like, wait, what? No.
What?
I value my Constitution. I value my freedom of speech. I value my ability to vote and be a part of the system that is in place for us, we the people, to show what we're supposed to be doing. I don't know why this is that me?
Oh, no, that might be me. Hang on.
Sorry. That's all right. It's like, man, I want to be a part of this. I want to vote. Even if, if I find out if my vote wasn't counted, I'm going to be pissed. And everyone should be pissed, because we're finding out that if your vote was for Biden, it might have been worth 8 votes, 10 votes.
Yep.
That's insane.
I'll tell you what, too. I just saw someone in the chat say that I'm an election fraud denier. No, I'm not an election fraud denier. I absolutely believe that fraud exists. We've been talking about it for the past 20 minutes. However,
what does that mean? Where did they get that from you? I don't understand. Because you think they shouldn't vote?
Yeah, because I think that they should vote. I think that we shouldn't be cutting off our nose to spite our face. And I see a lot of people in the chat saying they need to earn our votes. Well, you know what, guys? If you want to hand the Democrats the Senate on a silver platter, then you don't get to complain when they pack the courts. Because the reality is this: the Democrats are going to control the House. The Democrats have got a really good shot of controlling that Oval Office. And if they control the Senate,
they don't yet. All right.
No, they don't. They don't yet.
They need the presidency also to do that, and
they do.
I don't see that happening.
God knows, Adam. There are fewer people that would be more excited than me if Trump ended up in a second term in 2020. I would be thrilled with that outcome. Yeah. However, that we still need to prepare for something that could happen, which is Biden does get in there and they control the House. You want to give them the Senate too? You know how much crazy crap they're going to ram through if they do that? It would be absolutely insane.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we cannot lose the Chicago Box just said it. We cannot lose the Senate. I agree.